G'day fellas, and welcome back to Wolfenspice 3D. We are just about to infiltrate the hangar where the aircraft is, hopefully with the last barrel of ambrosia. So we should be ready for anything. Hang on, what's that over there? I don't recognise that. What's my brother doing in the middle of an aircraft, standing openly around, NSF everywhere?
You can relax, JC. I told the troops to stand down. That's right. I'm working for the NSF. I'll meet you at the 747.
Oh, brother, you'd better have an explanation for this.
Excellent work. I underestimated your abilities. You work for the NSF? Listen to what I've got to say. We don't have much time. You got that right. UNATCO will have a team here in a few minutes. The Great Death is a man-made virus. Everyone up to the President is at UNATCO's mercy as long as UNATCO controls the supply of ambrosia. You believe that? We have proof. We need to get the ambrosia to Hong Kong. Heard of Tracer Tong? He can help us synthesize it ourselves. You better step away from the jet. Your boss is my next objective. Join us, JC. Talk to Lebedev. He can convince you.
Right. So, our brother is apparently working for the NSF. Well, that would explain what the guy said back in the sewers. It's the mole people where the guy said, well, Paul told us to do this and he's his brother so he should know.
Get on the plane, we're almost ready to go.
Yeah.
Blackmail of the US government could not possibly escape the notice of the United Nations. Don't be so quick to trust the UN. Are you kidding? The UN's about the only chance we've got these days. If the US spirals into another civil war. A pretext, nothing more. The whole project of world government, going back to the League of Nations, has been funded and manipulated mainly by wealthy bankers. Is that so? Remember that the UN itself was built on land donated by John D. Rockefeller. Get on board. A UNATCO security squad will be here any minute.
Yes, I know it's important to get on board the plane, but we're going to do something else first. This is why I love the leg augmentation. So we've got an accuracy modification, 10mm ammo. Diagram of a 747 and some rockets. Nice.
Hold fire.
So they're all nice and peaceful.
Hey, you're the guy the Fed sent? I have something for you.
How do you know anything about the feds?
Oh, Lebedev, all his people right now, they're running around like ants thinking it's gonna be a raid. Rich bastard probably has some kind of drug deal about to happen. Anyway, filch this stuff from a guy's locker. I'm selling a recoil weapon mod for 400. I also have some shotgun shells I'll give you for 300.
Yeah, I'll pay her.
Here's 400 for the recoil weapon mod. Gotta get rid of some gear.
What, don't we have enough in it? Oh, well, we picked up the accuracy mod. Well, we'll put that one on the 10mm pistol this time. And we'll drop that knife because we're never going to use it for anything. Well, I'm not a knife fighter.
Yes, sir.
Here's 400 for the...
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Right, now let's go and have a chat to this guy that we're supposed to assassinate. As per Mandley's orders, because after all we're police officers and that's what police officers do. Apparently they go around assassinating people. Oh, no, not in here. And the door is locked. Must admit, we're a handsome fellow, aren't we? Oh. seriously, I'll say one thing about Deus Ex, they have a good taste in shades. Those shades and that trench coat go very, very well together, at least according to my taste. Probably all the fashionable people, like screaming arg my eyes or something, but I like it.
That's the last one. Good work.
Right, so we have now found all the ambrosia, and we picked up this suspension crate thing in one of the other videos. You can look it up in your notes if you've forgotten it, but like I said, I've played this game a bit and I know it off by heart, so... We have now picked up another augmentation canister. What does this one do? Ballistic protection! Ballistic protection! Oh, I love that one. It's probably one of my favourite augmentations. I will never ever take EMP protection over ballistic protection because the number of EMP attacks are fairly rare. Actually, that's not really playing it kind of in... If you're going to talk to this guy, you wouldn't go blow his door off with something. So let's do it the proper way. There is a key around here somewhere, but I don't remember where. And while we're here, what's our skill set like at the moment? We should have got a few extra skills from what we've been doing. 1755 skill points, so... We're trained in computers. The only thing we're not trained in at the moment is electronics. Oh, we're so close. We are so close. Okay. Black helicopters are concerned, says Senator. Sightings of black helicopters have become increasingly common across the country, from Manhattan to the SoCal shores. I'm sure Americans probably have a clue where SoCal is, but I don't. Many citizens have grown concerned that these gunships are actually a sign that troops are preparing to mobilise for some unknown action. Certainly it concerns me. I intend to bring this up in our next committee meeting and ask some hard questions, said Senator Harry Jarvis. UNATCO Director Joseph Mandalay was more sceptical if black helicopters were really being used for operations. Then those responsible are doing a poor job of it, Mandalay went on to say that UNATCO employed no such aircraft and declined to pursue the matter, claiming it detracted from the serious nature of our mission. Joe Green, your staff writer. So Joe Green was the newspaper hack. Which is kind of funny given we've been flying around in one of these black helicopters. So yeah, one of the interesting questions this game poses is, what would you do if you were ordered to do something immoral by your boss? Like say murder someone. And for that question, it's also decision time. Are we going to join up with the NSF or not? Or are we going to stay on with the UNATCO? And basically it's all about to be answered depending on what we do in the next few minutes here. So let's go and have a talk to Jean Lebedev. Hello. There's a notepad under there. Ah, it's just another place you can find the suspension code. We'll take that pistol, thank you. And I think we'll at least talk to him before we shoot him, don't you reckon?
I surrender.
What?
Easy now, Agent. UNATCO has a policy against killing unarmed prisoners. We have much to learn from each other.
We're assuming control of the airfield. The vaccine will be returned to the international authorities.
Right. Don't you want to hear why your brother came over to our side?
He makes his own decisions.
You know he wouldn't betray UNATCO without a reason.
Oh, I think we're going to take him.
Good work. Now finish the job.
He surrendered. He's an unarmed prisoner. UNATCO policy protects him.
That's right.
Terminate the prisoner, Agent. If you are too afraid, you are ordered to return to base on Manderley's authority. There is a helicopter waiting.
No, I want to talk to him.
If If you know something, just tell me.
The question you've got to ask, I'm surprised you haven't, is the obvious one. Who am I? Who made me, and for what purpose?
UNATCO has briefed me on my augmentations. Get to the point.
Denton, I will handle this.
Your parents were murdered precisely because they could have told you the correct answer to that question.
That's a pretty big claim.
You didn't have parents. The ones you knew were employees. You were made by a cabal of technophiles so crazed for power that they would control not only governments and people, but the chemistry of our bodies as well.
Leave us, Agent. Now.
No.
Sounds like a picture-perfect description of the NSF.
Think bigger, Agent. Think global.
You have disobeyed a direct order.
Do you think it's an accident that the cure for the global plague is owned by a single corporation, and that it's kept so secret that only the tabloids dare print a story suggesting it exists?
The supply is limited. That doesn't mean there's a conspiracy.
But where does that corporation manufacture the cure? And where did your brother uncover the information that brought him over to our side?
Go on.
I can tell by the expression on your friend's face that she knows where I'm heading. UNATCO is completely correct to think that Tracer Tong will soon understand Ambrosia. He was the one who was going to receive this shipment.
Why tell me all this?
I've said nothing that UNATCO won't find on this plane's computer. But here's the secret. This is what Paul was so interested to hear from Tracer Tong.
Manderley will be disappointed in your insubordination. That is what happens to a prisoner who tries to escape. Go to the helicopter now, Agent Denton. It is waiting at the airfield. Get to the helicopter. Manderley will want to see you.
Sorry about that, mate. It turns out my partner
I have never
is a
had this much
complete-
difficulty with a trainee in my life. I have told Manderley 1,000 times, augmentations do not make an agent.
Yeah, you got that right. You and Simons get along really, really well, don't you? I can just
I have
tell
told
somehow.
Manderley 1,000 times, augmentations do not make an agent.
So yeah, we were trying to interrogate the prisoner and our partner just blew his head off. And I get the strong, strong feeling that it was not because of the assassination mission, but because I'm lost. She didn't want me to know what he was about to tell me. So, you know, I mean, I thought it was bad enough when Walton Simons, shall we say, handled the prisoners in an extracurricular manner, but it now seems that this is not some lone wacko, but rather private, you know, standard practice. So,
See to the helipad. We know your brother was here. He is gone, but we will find him.
and I'm actually kind of happy Paul escaped at the moment, because I think they would have shot him as well. An article recently published in the Quarterly Journal of the Royal Meteorological Society indicates worldwide flooding from melting ice caps will be significantly less this year than in previous years due to unusually cold winter. I think we've already read that one. We've got some soy food in the kitchen. 3 darts. Nice. Hello. Yep, it's a secret room. We have another scope weapon, mini crossbow, or rather darts from it. Barracks dormitory nano key, so that's if you're going that way. 30.06 ammo, and we have enough of that ammo. Alright, so what have we got here? recoil mod. I would like to have used that on something, but I can't. We don't have it yet, so I'll have to get another one sometime. Probably best on the pistol, I think. Now we'll take the scope, and we shall fit the scope. Where's the scope mod? I know we picked up. There we are. Onto the silenced pistol. And turns out we did save $700 on buying that scope and starting a game after all. So, okay, that seems to be all there is here, and of course there's a light anti-tank weapon, but I don't use them, they're too big, and the GEP gun is much better. So this is how you'd normally come in, if you sneak round the front basically, but we didn't. We got in through the back way. And there's usually tons and tons of enemies you have to fight as well, but because we came out after the UNATCO had raided the place, we don't have to deal with that. Very handy. And activate the power of the leg augmentation. This is the other reason why the leg augmentation for speed is the only way to go in the Let's Play. And it's good stuff.
Manderley has assigned me the peacekeeping occupation of the airport.
Standard procedure, it appears. I'm sure we can count on you.
I want to be the one to execute Lebedev.
Some bad news. Agent Navarra beat you to it.
Yes, of course. I will congratulate her.
Hey, about my brother.
A shame that we have to track down and kill one of our most advanced agents. At least we have one of you left.
Don't you think we should give Paul a chance to explain himself? He's been with UNATCO for years.
Only one thing can happen when you break your oath to the Coalition.
No kidding.
I will be truthful. I have requested the assignment of the Paul Denton assassination.
Yeah. Lovely. Now, as you can see, there's a pile of nice goodies in here, and this is probably one of a few bits where there's an actual payoff for choosing the EMP protection augmentation, but ammo, and either a multi-tool or a lockpick probably. I think I'll leave it. Because we're well stocked up on everything at the moment. I think it's time to head back to UNATCO. Although, to be honest...
Gunter told me about Paul.
It's true. Paul's been working for the NSF.
This is gonna shake up the Coalition, JC. I don't know if you realized how important your brother was.
Coalition will recover. I'm not so worried about the Coalition.
UN officials will probably get involved. You'll have to keep your head down if you're gonna come through this in one piece. Sure you're ready to head back to base?
Yeah,
I'm ready. Let's move out.
Get in.
So, my brother's working for the NSF, and the UNATCO are turning into a bunch of psycho-killer nutcases. Alright, this sounds like a great place to cut off the set.
Manderley wants you to stop by his office. Don't sweat it if he chews you out. I think you made the right decision by not killing Lebedev.
Thanks, Alex. So yeah, this looks like a good place to cut it. So until the next video, fellas, have a good one. And when we come back, we'll be getting our briefing from Manderley. Yeah, that's going to be fun, isn't it? Until then, guys, have a good one.